I'm doing video so my brother doesn't yell at me that I did not record, because I promise I record today, so I'm recording. Multiplying these factors out, we get 1.5 times 4 times 2 is 12. Kapow! That's 12 times the normal damage. So if you're lucky, an attack could inflict up to 12 times the move's normal damage. Yeah.
I'm fucking watching you, bro.
Not very What do you mean?
I'm watching you. I have my eyes on you.
Yeah. So if the move's power is 10, its power would be multiplied by 12 to make it 120. So in other words, boys, for a move like Bullet Seed that normally wouldn't do
a shit
ton of damage if it was done to a water and rock type, however, it would be times by 12, and that would be doing so much more fucking damage and just obliterating that thing. That's why certain moves and certain type matchups can be really fucking OD. And there's still, there's more moves to this day that they added more and more and more and more, and that's why they have to get rid of some moves. And some moves and some Pokemon are removed. And it's like, oh, that sucks. Why would they do that? It's because they made so many of these things. They have to take apart a few things in order to make things work. Because if they just threw everything in there, it would just be an unbalanced mess.
A very, very unbalanced mess.
And Game Freak doesn't want to do that.
Clearly.
That's why Pokemon get cut, because they don't want to fuck around and find out. Isn't that spectacular? That's why it's critical that you pay attention to type matchups in battle. This is why they also changed the critical hit ratio to speed, because of this. That's why they changed it. Because if critical hit was still affected by speed, oh my god, this would be a fucking nightmare. Because it would just... The Pokemon would be so fast, it would always constantly be getting critical hits, meaning it would always do 12 times that damage, meaning basically it would just be not fun playing against people. That's why they changed it. This is why they changed critical hit and speed. Because of this rule. Some things have to be balanced in order so things don't stay broken. Broken things can be fun. It's great. But it can't always last. It's like with Yu-Gi-Oh! Some certain decks can be stupid and powerful and end games in like seconds. But then there are other cards that either get nerfed to a point where they're absolute trash, or some things get so buffed that they're good. What is the lowest possible damage multiplier? That would be 0, Earl. I think the answer you're looking for is 4. Stupid fucking meme. That's correct. I'm glad you listened carefully to my lessons. Alright, that's 2 out of the 11 here. Let's see. Status problems. Normally, status problems do not double up. However, I imagine you have experienced situations in which a Pokemon suffers from more than one kind of status problem. I personally have a Pokemon that was both paralyzed and confused at the same time. We call that parafusion. Some people have officially called confusion and paralyzed parafusion, where it's paralyzed and confused. It sucks. It fucking sucks. You've probably seen me get hit by that at one point. It is not fun, because either you can get hit on the turn, or you can just do nothing and then get hit, and then get confused, and then hit yourself, thus killing your Pokemon. It sucks. It fucking sucks. It's not good. It's good against your opponent, but not you. Essentially, it's one of those things. Status problems can be largely divided into two categories. The categorization depends on whether the status problem is indicted or not. Those that are indicted on the screen are poison, paralysis, burn, sleep, freeze, and infatuate. Infatuate, and Confusion. Those also matter. These are real status problems.
Yes.
Those that aren't indicted on the screen are similar in nature to the real status problems. These include Confusion, Curse, Nightmare, Attract, Flinch, and Leech Seed. This is an important part. Those conditions that are also indicted on the screen, the real status problems, do not double up. If a Pokemon already has a status problem, it can't be hit with another one. Let me give you an example. Let's just say you poison someone and you want to burn them. You can't do that. You can Infatuate, Confuse, and use Leech Seed and Nightmare on that Pokemon. However, you can't have a Pokemon that is both paralyzed and frozen. Doesn't work like that, Chief. For example, a sleeping Pokemon status would be indicted as SP or sleep. In a situation, it is not vulnerable to any other statuses, problems such as poison, paralysis, burn, or freeze. Here's another important point. Any move that could cause a burn will thaw out a frozen Pokemon. The heat causes the ice to melt naturally. Yeah. However, a Pokemon with a status problem is still susceptible to any other kind of abnormality. I need to read more so I don't fucking botch words. For instance, a frozen Pokemon can still be confused or made infatuated with burn, paralysis, poison, sleep, or frozen. Incidentally, it is possible for a Pokemon to be afflicted with multiple kinds of abnormalities that aren't real status problems. So a Pokemon can be simultaneously afflicted with such conditions as Curse, Nightmare, Confusion, and Attract. However, these abnormalities are entirely lifted if the affected Pokemon switches out. Please do not forget that. If you switch out a Pokemon, then switch it again, it will be cured of any status problem. Don't forget that. Not burn, paralysis, or poison, though. Not those. But confusion, infatuation, yes. Those will be gone. Of course, if it were me, I would use Mean Look to make it impossible for the affected Pokemon to switch. Woo-ho-ho-ho-ho. Okay.
Yeah, that bad.
Alright, Earl. What's your question? Of the following, which loses effectiveness as a Pokemon switches? That would be Confusion.
Bro, if you deleted iZip, don't.
No.
Okay.
I have not deleted any files.
Okay, because the emulator's on that.
That's correct. I'm glad you listened carefully to my lessons. Alright, awesome. Set damage moves. Do you remember the set damage moves? Those moves are inflicted fixed amounts of damage regardless of the attacker's and target's type. Moves like Sonic Boom, Dragon Rage, Nightshade, and Seismic Toss. Do you remember them now? With these moves, there is no need to worry about attack or special attack stats. Here's why. I'm also doing this so my brother can... I'm giving my brother a cheat sheet so he has a better chance against me and Zaleer. Because let's be fair. Me and Zaleer have been bodying and bullying the shit out of Joe for so long. So, I want to give Joe a fair shot. It's Gen 2 rules, but it also applies to other stuff that would be later introduced. For example, let's just say Gengar uses a Ghost-type move. The move's power is multiplied by 1.5. However, Gengar's attack stat is relatively low. This is true. A Ghost-type move is a physical attack. Its power depends on its attack stats. In that case, it would be more effective to inflict a set amount of damage using Nightshade. When is a move most effective? Find out, then use your moves accordingly. Then you'll be ready for the Gym Leader class. Let me explain some key points on set damage moves. The power stays the same even if stats are raised or lowered by support moves. However, it is possible to change accuracy or evasiveness using support moves. Even if Reflect or Light Screen is used, the damage inflicted by set damage moves remains unaffected. Okay, give it your best shot. Alright, what's your question? Here's the question. How much damage will a set damage move inflict on a target that used Reflect? Gets absorbed.
No! Okay, that's it!
Hold on.
You stupid little son of a bitch! he pulls out a fucking ruler and just fucking
doesn't change. Alright. Okay, that's it. Yep. Alright. Alright, I said it right. Don't hit me with the ruler. Don't hit me with the ruler anymore. Alright.
Good.
I'll see you guys later in the next video. Peace, stay crispy.